Hey everyone, I'm going to do a little Lightwave modeler tutorial here. It's been a long time since we did one of those, right? Sorry about the fact that the tutorials and content have been coming so slowly, but I just can't keep my head above water with all my projects. It seems like I keep working on them and nothing's going forward. I'll keep trying to put stuff out on a regular basis. So today we're going to look at some of the more primitives tools. So under the in your modeler on your Create tab, under primitives, you have a more drop-down list, and I'm going to go through these bit by bit, most of them, and show you what they're used for. Platonic solid tool really should be called the D&D dice tool. So we'll drag the mouse in here. As you can see right here, we have a 4-sided D&D die, if you've ever played D&D. 6-sided, 8-sided. You got your 12-sided, and then I think that's like 16 actually. There's your 20-sided, I believe. Actually, I'm not sure if that's actually congruent with the 20-sided dice in D&D because the faces are not all the same. But you get the idea. You can so basically you can use this as a starting off point for various take these various primitive shapes and use them as a starting off point for more complex models. All right, toroid. Toroid is basically a donut, but you don't want to use this one because you don't have any control. You don't have any widgets or anything like that. You have to just type in the numbers and imagine what it's going to look like. There's another tool in here I'll show you later where you can control what it looks like. The wedge tool basically creates a cylinder that's got a hole cut in the center, and you could see what you'd be able to use this for a lot of different things, wheels and architectural things, bases of pillars, things like that. Anytime you need a cylinder that has something in the center as a starting off point, you could use that tool. Gear is a nice one because it creates gears for you. You don't have to do a lot of cutting and booleans and stuff in order to get some nice looking gears. You have a lot of options over how the teeth look and how they taper and stuff like that. And there's another gear tool with a small g which has just some different options, and the one I like about this one is that it comes with the hole in the center cut out already, and I use this a lot to make gears for clocks and things like that. Mechanical, like if you want to do a lot of steampunk, they have a lot of gears. Quadratic solid tool. Oops, I'm going to drag this out. Oops, I hope I can drag it out better. So the torus tool I showed you before this is basically like the torus tool in a lot of ways, but you have visual feedback and you can control a lot of different, well, every aspect of it. You can control it with this. You can basically get a wide variety of shapes out of this one tool here. All right, and I especially like this side bulge because you can use this, and as you can see, if we keep cranking that up, we'll turn down the Y size and the Z size here, and turn up the hole size. All right, and so now we've got already like a kind of like a port window kind of thing. All right, you could also create like torus and things like that. You could create a picture frame, something like that. So that could come in very handy. Also, you could create like tubes, the start of like some tubes going along a wall. What else did we get here? Oops. If you go into some of these other ones, Parametric Object. So this one you would have to put in an equation, and then it would create an object based on your equation. So I'm not going to go there. If you want to mess with that, if you're a math person, then feel free. Plot 2D. This is I guess this one you could use for creating some plots on, like for example, a chart or something. Haven't had a need to mess with that. And this one just creates a flat triangle. Haven't had much need for that one. Bubbles is kind of a fun, I don't know if it's very useful, but bubbles will create these circular bubbles anywhere you've got some points. So I just used the spray points tool here and I just sprayed a couple points in. You don't want to use a whole bunch of points with the bubble tool. It would take a long time. So we'll go and we'll do bubbles, and I'll change the tessellation down to 1. I'll change the maximum radius to 1 and the minimum radius to like 0.1, because we don't need them to be really big in detail. Okay, so as you can see now, we've got a bunch of nice looking spheres here everywhere. We've got those, so you could use this as a starting point. For example, if you cranked those the resolution on these down quite a bit, you could use this as sort of like a starting point for some sort of futuristic habitat or something. Anywhere you'd need a whole bunch of blobs of circles and bubbles, basically, you could use it for that. It's kind of more fun than useful, I guess. Star sphere, you have a whole bunch of different options here, and once you select that, all right, it creates a whole bunch of stars in a perfect sphere for you, and it puts various stars in various layers. So I think if you go to F5, you'll see also that the different layers of stars have different materials attached, so that way you could make the stars of different luminosity, and it would look like an actual field of stars quite quickly. Before I showed you how to use the spray points tool to spray some stars into a plane kind of thing, but I did that because it was just going to be seen on one side of the animation, and I didn't want this whole big sphere around here, so I didn't use that. But you could use that if you wanted to have a scene where the camera's in here and it's, for example, a space fighting scene. You could have the camera swirling around, and then everywhere you would turn the camera, you'd be able to see some stars consistently. Okay. Teapot, and you know, back in the 3ds Max days, that was a big thing, making teapots of everything. And so I guess everybody thinks they need to have a teapot primitive. I don't know how that's going to help you unless you just need a teapot and you don't want to spend time modeling it. So there's that. And then these ones here at the bottom are basically just panels that do some of the stuff I've already shown you. Like you've got the gear, and then it just really brings up the interfaces I've already shown you. And the one at the bottom is for the platonic, the D&D dice kind of things. So that's all those ones are. So anyway, let's look at some of the more tools, more primitive tools in Modeler.